What is up, everybody? It is Sir Swifty. We're back with another video. Hope everybody is doing all right. In this video, we're talking about the future of gaming. Why now is the time to get into some of these projects and how it actually works, where you can be paid to play video games. So with gaming, there's been kind of three key business models that gaming has evolved through. So in the Nintendo Atari days, all the way up to around Xbox, you had your pay to play where you'd buy discs, cartridges, or downloads. You'd play the game and you move on to the next one. Right? Then we evolved to this free to play game where you get the game for free. The company generates money through microtransactions and upgrades, content upgrades, and now we're moving into the future, especially with the combination of the blockchain and gaming meeting, where you can actually play to earn. It's already been proven with Axie Infinity generating a ton of money this past year with. All right, we're going to talk about some of the successes of each one and how it evolves, right? So, first was that pay to play. You'd buy the game, you'd get different unlocks based on the time and experience that you gained inside the game. When you were done, you would move on to the next one, and every now and then you'd have to get a new console to keep up with the graphics and stuff like that. This really worked until there was so many games on the market where, companies had to start looking at metrics. They were competing for the customers' attention. People's attention spans were getting shorter, so companies were looking at like the retention and engagement. Basically, how many people are playing the game, how long did they play, how much were they spending, and how many people were on these games at a time. This allowed them to kind of optimize the gameplay. Now, this worked for a while. Again, like I was saying before, they had to, this company had a mega shift. They started looking at psychology of gaming, what kept people hooked, marketing and sales, and they came up with the next model, which is the free-to-play model. So this is like your Call of Duty, Warzone, your Fortnite, where they Candy Crush and mobile. It's where they offer you the game for free. But you get a limited experience. Now, this can be done a bunch of different ways, whether you get like 1 to 3 levels for free, or you get only certain skins and items. Or they generate interest and make you want to spend more money for convenience by giving you special upgrades or level skips by spending just a little bit of money. You buy some in-game currency, and then you use that in-game currency to buy skins or items, abilities that help you beat levels, or seasons pass, which gives you a variety of different unlocks over a certain period of time, or expansion packs. Where you get upgrade. You don't have to buy a new console. You just get the upgrade to the game. Now this works for the developers as well as the consumers, because on a psychological level, you're much more likely to play a game and try it out if it's free. And then if you're only spending a couple bucks here and there, it doesn't seem as much as spending a lot of money up front for a game. So with advanced graphics and longer games and bigger stories and more multiplayers and servers and data, the cost of this gets great. So how can they still be profitable, right? It's by getting you to spend a little bit of money over time, which eventually ends up being a lot more money. And on the developer side, they just have to get the game out, and then over time, they can continue to develop and add expansions to the game to keep you engaged, right? This keeps people from having to jump from like console to console, again, saving you money. As well. These are some of the pillars of free-to-play games. So is the game appealing? Is it marketing to the masses? They have to make sure it's this way. They need, if you're doing microtransactions, you need a lot of people playing. So you can optimize by making the game appealing to more people. And then, there's the monetization side of it where it's, will they spend money on this? What will they spend? How much? How often? And retention. How long will they stick around? So this again goes back to those financial metrics of looking at, what is the lifetime value of a customer? And what they found is, when they went to this model, believe it or not, instead of spending $60 on a cartridge every year, people are now spending hundreds of dollars a year on gaming. And that's, again, let's look at some like real numbers here. So if we look at Steam's top 100 list, this is to show you that the free-to-play model is really successful. 15 of the top 100 revenue-generating games were free-to-play, like Apex Legends as well. If we look at some of the numbers in like 2018, free-to-play games, free-to-play generated $88 billion in revenue. The top 10 generating $18 billion of that revenue in 2020. So you'll see the top free to play games, they're generating a good amount of money, and this isn't, this is going to just keep getting bigger, right? So, gaming as a whole is, generating $176 billion, and that's just in 2021. And by 2023, it's going to be over 200 billion. As the number of players grow, as we move more into the metaverse, which you're hearing a lot lately, with COVID-19 and the pandemic leading to a lockdown, keeping people indoors. Gaming, I know for me, I started playing more Warzone and Halo to, kind of connect with my friends. Now we're hearing about this third model where they're actually paying people to play. So you have games like Axie Infinity, new games coming out like UFO, Illuvium, and my favorite, which I'm an alpha tester for, Legends of Bezogia specifically. They're going to have this play to earn model where by playing the game, you can actually you could use what you earn in the game to to keep playing and upgrading the game, or you can actually use it to earn real money. In the past, like your game, you'd finish it and you just have to move on to the next one, or you lose an account or you move to a new system, you would lose everything from that game. A lot of games you couldn't carry things over. But with the play to earn model, you're actually going to be able to make money off of what you do in the game. And this goes back to the free to play game. I mean, the company people found that people would go in, play a game, level up, get the account to max, sell that account. So gaming companies realize, hey, people are willing to there's other ways to generate profits inside these games. So let's look into this further. So now we got this play to earn model, and it actually works. They've proven it with Axie Infinity, right? Some of the ways, like you might be asking, like, well, how does it work? Where does the money come from? We're going to talk about that now. So in the game, especially these blockchain integrated play to earn games, you play the game and you're farming cryptocurrency. Like in Mario, you would collect coins. In Sonic, it would be rings. There always tends to be something you're collecting to get items or finish the level. Well, in these new metaverse kind of games, you're farming crypto by playing the game. So, for example, my favorite, Legends of Bezogia, you're going around battling different non-playable characters and other players, so PvP, and you're collecting blocks, right? The goal is to then use these blocks that you're collecting to mint and create better weapons, in the form of NFTs or characters, which you can then either like rent out or sell, or even in certain instances, I'm seeing where these games are getting it where as you get certain levels and experience in a game, you're generating rewards faster, right? So this is a great way of keeping people playing, and we're gonna kind of talk about the cycle of how this is going to work in a second. But same thing, you get different characters in the game, which you can rent and then sell on the open market. So you're not just having to sell your whole like Xbox Live account to somebody else. Now you can just sell off that item to somebody that wants to buy it. Which, again, it's a really cool concept that, I can play, and what I earn in the game, I can then go ahead and sell when I'm done with it or ready to move on, right? Other things, in certain tournaments, you might have to buy in with Ethereum or different cryptocurrencies, and you win those prizes back at the end, based on how you do. You can also stake the cryptocurrency that you use in the game to get rewards or get more of the in-game currency. So in Legends of Bezogia, the staking model is looking like it's going to be that you can, if you own Bezoj, the core currency, you could stake that Bezoj in a locked fashion and get a bunch of blocks so you can level up really quick, or you could do it with an unlock stake, which is where you could basically instead of your currency your Bezoj being locked up for a certain amount of time, you could sell whenever you want, but you only generate blocks and as you go at a faster rate. So there's multiple ways that it's going to keep people playing. And now look, like where's the money coming from, right? Like these games are gonna have to be really entertaining and fun to draw people in, and where the money is going to be coming from is advertising inside the game, right? Maybe they're showing off like some NFTs, or they let people do special events through partnerships, which helps bring money in. Or when people come in and play, maybe it's a free to play game. Bezoja is going to be a free to play to earn game. It might be free to play, but again, there's going to be this desire to progress quickly through the game. So people might actually use those in-game currencies in the form of other cryptocurrencies or, fiat to, buy blocks so they can level up quick. So yes, the game might be free to play and there might be money coming out, but there's also going to be money coming in. At least that's the goal with the model, right? So pillars of play to earn now becomes, earning power. How much can you earn? Like if a game can generate a lot of money for somebody, like $100 a day, like to the point where, in some countries, in a lot of countries, people can live off of that, right? So player earning power is going to be a key pillar of these play to earn games. Is it worth the effort? Is the core currency stable, right? How much can a person earn per day, per week, over the lifetime of the game? What's the minting power, right? Are people playing? Are they trading? How much are they willing to play? And then perceived longevity. So do people believe in these projects long term? So while this is, there is a proof of concept, it's still a new concept. But, if you don't think that people are, like really seeing this and this is like really the future, you just have to go back and start to look at what some of these major players are doing, right? Like Facebook just changed its name to Meta, seeing that, this virtual world is kind of the future. If you ever saw like Ready Player One, where, you can live in this kind of cheaper house, smaller living area, but then explore the world through the metaverse, so imagine being able to like race an F1 car without having to spend millions and millions of dollars doing it, right? As VR and augmented reality and this metaverse projects grow, you got people like BitBoy Crypto, even Joe Rogan was talking about this. Like, this is going to be the future. It's going to happen, over the next 5 years. It's going to grow and become really big, right? Like these big companies are getting in. Now look at gaming companies. Microsoft has metaverse plans. They just acquired Blizzard and Activision, which is like Call of Duty, which is like one of the number one played games as well. So, if you don't want to take my word for it, look at these big companies, what they're doing, how they're moving. And this is why now is kind of the time, because, this is going to just blow up really, really fast. And if you're not ahead of the curve, you're missing out on some of the gains that you can kind of make in these projects if you're, investing in cryptocurrency. So again, do your own research, make your own decisions. This is, I'm not giving you, telling you how, put all your money into this, but you got to see that there is potential, and this is where kind of things are moving, right? For these games to ultimately be successful, what they're going to have to do is follow this kind of life cycle. So the content train, right? Keeping people engaged, re-engaging them and retaining them, turning that attention into money and value. Getting people to buy, spend their time, their energy, their money, and then, creating FOMO through special events, right? So the best companies, the best games are going to be ones that know how to create the more FOMO, right? Like here's this NFT, this character or this item is only going to be out if you attend this certain event, and to attend this certain event, you have to hold X amount of, Bezoja or this currency, or, you have to be on these certain days and times to really create that. So if these companies get really good, this is going to be the new big thing. So companies that are still, in that archaic pay to play are going to have to move to the free to play. That's eventually going to become the norm. And this pay to play to earn model is really going to be the next big thing and where things are going. If you're looking, you're wanting to find out what some of these projects are so you can start to research them, Legends of Bezoja is by far my favorite. I'm an alpha tester for the game. You can go to bezoja.com and try that out. UFO is another project. You have Illuvium, which has got the crazy graphics. The problem with having promising more is it takes longer to develop and actually create a product. So that can make things more challenging. Legends of Bezoja has great graphics, but they're already out. You have Axie Infinity, But the challenge with Axie Infinity is that you have to like own a couple NFTs to even play, and these NFTs are already hundreds of dollars. Where like Legends of Bezoja is going to be free to play. You can like rent characters from other people for like a percent of what you collect in the game, so you can play for free. People that are this creates this economy where people are renting. And the people that are renting out their characters that actually own these characters, they're generating some revenues that way. So multiple revenue streams. These are the games that are going to be the most successful as we move into the metaverse, as we move into the play to earn industry. And right now I think we're on the edge of this really blowing up and becoming huge. So this is the evolution of gaming. This is where crypto and gaming are going to collide. And people, some of the top crypto influencers are even saying that this is going to become a majority of the total market of cryptocurrency is going to be shifting towards this. And you can already see like there is a progression in the amount of people that are playing games, the amount of revenue that these games are generating, and you're seeing these big companies start to follow suit. I mean, even Google just announced that they're getting into the crypto game. So it's still pretty early. Crypto is still pretty young. Overall, I think it's like 5% of people even know what cryptocurrency is or what it does. I'm thinking this is really the future of gaming and crypto. If you like this video, the best way you could show me is with a like. If you want more videos like this, definitely subscribe and turn the notifications on so you can follow up with it. If you want to see some of these games, I'm a alpha tester for Legends of Bezoja, and I stream that, once to twice a week, to show off the updates and how the games and projects are developing. And if you hear about projects that are cool and you want me to look at them, go ahead and share them with me. I hope you like this video. I hope this was helpful. I hope this kind of showed the evolution of gaming for you in a clear, simple to understand way, kind of where these companies' heads are at and how gaming's going to continue to evolve. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Sir Swifty is out.